Have you ever taken a wrong turn and gotten on the freeway going the wrong way and then found some exits were closed so you couldn't turn around? Don't you hate decoys? Hi, this is Pastor Cheryl Kincaid, and welcome to Pastor Cheryl Kincaid's podcast/blog, Wisdom for Today. And today I want to talk to you about Devine Decoys. Last Thursday, when I went on my visitations, I had to go to St. Francis Hospital. And for those of you who have visited St. Francis Hospital, you know that there's valet parking there for only $3, and it's best to use it. Otherwise, you end up spending hours looking for parking. And when I was done with my visitations, I found out that they had gotten my car already there. Unfortunately, there was a long line of impatient drivers behind me, and so I felt like I had to get out of there quickly. So I turned my key and quickly punched in my address into my GPS, because I'm still getting to know the neighborhood. But as I began to drive, time started to pass, and I realized I wasn't going where I wanted to go. A half hour later, I pulled the car aside, and I looked at my GPS and realized that I hadn't put in the city. So they were taking me to a similar address in Berlin, which is a city next to Enfield. And it was about a half hour to 45 minutes out of my way. And I was frustrated because I had a lot of work to do back at the church, and I realized as I entered traffic that I'd hit rush hour and I wasn't going to get back in time to do everything I wanted to do. After grinding my teeth and being a little annoyed, I stopped and I relaxed. And I realized that the scenery was beautiful. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to get mad. I'm just going to enjoy the drive. And that's what I did. I put on some music and just enjoyed the drive. Sometimes life can take us on decoys, more serious ones. Certainly when someone hears a diagnosis where they know they're going to be ill for a long time, or the loss of a job or a loss of a home that you once cherished. Those are all serious decoys. As your pastor, I want to encourage you today that when things don't go the way that you want them to still find some joy in the drive. You know, in the Bible, in Thessalonians 5:16 and 18, the Apostle Paul says that we are to give thanks in all circumstances. Now, it doesn't mean for all circumstances, because sometimes some decoys take place to us because there's sin in the world, and people suffer unjustly. And I would never encourage anyone to be thankful for sin or to be thankful for the curse of disease. I think that's cruel to ask that of someone. But even in the midst of fighting an illness or losing something that you love, I bet you can still find some joy. That's the gift of Christianity, is we believe in the providence of God's goodness that allows us to find joy in the midst of trials. I often call this finding the blessing within the curse. I've told you before in my sermon that Corrie ten Boom, while she was in Auschwitz, would sometimes defiantly look up at the sky so she could see the beauty of creation, refusing to believe that God's love wasn't somewhere all around her. As we head toward Thanksgiving, this is a good time to remember what Thanksgiving is. It's not being thankful for the bad things in our lives. Indeed, those are trials, sometimes that are sent upon us to try us, or consequences of bad decisions. But whatever bad comes into our life, I assure you there's also good in your life. And please take time to thank God for the good things in your life. Let me read the whole passage to you again. Be joyous always, pray continually, and give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. My prayer is that you will find things to be thankful for in this coming season. Please mark your calendars for December 11th when we go do caroling at the mall. I'm praying this will be a great outreach for our church as we enter upon the Christmas season. I'm looking forward to seeing you this Sunday. God's blessings, and have a good day.